First and foremost, I'm very proud of both artists. One person dressed according to her audience and her yenga wali omulala yayambalanga ali muyimbi naye nga mukazi mufumbo. Stage appearance is not just about engeri gy'oyimirira ku stage. It's about bw'otuuka ku stage yes oyimidde oyingiddewo oyambadde ekyakabi. How do you keep the crowd mwe your vibe eyachi ky'oyambadde? Doesn't matter how nice you dress. How can you keep the audience nga they are still on the wow oyambadde bulungi? So chechiddako ekintu kyolina okumanya is live performance is very different from studio. How will you maintain your key? How will you keep listening to yourself and making sure you're on point? Bibera bingi ebya vocals ebyo. We're talking about Kololo. Yeah, Kololo airstrip. We are talking about media presence. We are talking about promotion that is as big as that. When you come to stage, don't come to prove. Every time you are yourself is when you'll get the results that you want. Nakanokia kange mna ikankuvulireko. Nasemba kati alinga kugundi ku COVID or before COVID. Kati charger nebula. So this whole time we done tambula yakwe your battery. Chokange ku one ba.
Jackie Chandiru.
Wanje tata.
Oli otya ma?
Sinafa.
Akoyogedde kaji.
Owa banja abakisuubira naye munange banansonyiwa.
You're still alive.
I'm still standing.
Still standing.
Yes.
That's someone's song title.
It's someone's song title.
Me no like you. Do you don't like me? Sikwa. No matter what, I'm still
standing.
Stegedde. Okogedde ne mmanya gy'ogwa kati. We Jackie Chan.
Era obiyingidde wabigassegasseemu for example. Why?
Soka tugendeko mugundi twaviiriddwako muyimbi munnammwe. That's Evelyn Lago.
Yes. It's my deepest condolences to her family because Eva alwanye nnyo. It was a very long battle first and foremost, and even from before, when I was out of the country still ngasina koma I kept watching her here and there. Nze safuna chance kumumeetinga because sometimes when you try to reach out to somebody the same thing happened to me. Abeera n'abantu abamwetoolodde and you cannot reach her. Oba basinga babeera balowooza maybe oli mufere, something like that.
Try to steal fame.
Yes. So all I did was just stay in the background, but I did say my prayers for her because I understood where she was coming from.
Okay. Tugendeko kati mu industry ebitambula eno wiiki yonna okuva weya ku Friday battle tetwakulabako ku battle.
Nali busy. I was working. Nganonya sente. Manyi ndi hustler.
Tewalimu mu ggwanga wali ludda wa?
Nedda, I was in the country. I was around, but I was at the same time when everything was happening nga nina show nange. Manyi nokukyapa ebi nokugattagatta.
Naye gwe ku biwala ebyagenda maaso ekintu wakiraba otya?
First and foremost, I'm very proud of both artists. They put up the best that they could. So I'm proud of that. I'm happy for that.
Gwe mukunaba yo olaba battle yali yatambula etya? You're happy for them but yatambula etya okusinzira ku performance walaba ono yakola bino biki? Nebyolaba ku social media. I'm
not gonna pick picking any negative thing or wrong thing that came out of the battle because buli muyimba akola mistake. Nebobanga rehearsinze emirundi 15 otuka ku main stage and then you make a mistake. So I'm not gonna pick out on that. Sigenda chikwata konti ono yakola kino ono yakola kiri. I just know they did their best.
But ngolaba ni yakira ku munna ni yasinza mu kumanya.
Teri kusisa kuchogerako ekyo because oyina okumpa categories. Ndyoke nkugambe if it's dressing, if it's vocally, if it is this.
Oze bulungi tutandikire ku dressing. Ani yasinga.
Sina gwe nsobola okugamba yasinga because one person dressed according to her audience and her yenga wali omulala yayambalanga ali muyimbi naye nga mukazi mufumbo. Yes. Then
stage appearance. Ani yasinga commanding a stage.
Nange chikulu oyina engeri gy'oyagala nkuba emisumaali naye nga nze nganze. You see, stage appearance is not just about engeri gy'oyimirira ku stage. It's about bw'otuuka ku stage yes oyimidde oyingiddewo oyambadde ekyakabi. How do you keep the crowd mwe your vibe eyachi ky'oyambadde? Bino ebintu kankubuleko omanyi ffe twabiyiga. We went through training, twagera mu training and we learnt all these things. So it's not just about when you appear, yes oyambadde bulungi. Kati abantu bakubye enduulu, they are looking at you. How are you going to keep them? Nga bakyakubye enduulu.
Mwali ne Cindy by then.
Of course, standard procedure, blue 3. Yes.
So katogeza kutulaga waliwo yayambala bulungi naye kyamule mu stage appearance awo
sirina kintu n'ekimu kyenjogera nze nga nze. What I am saying is it doesn't, because they all dressed nicely, very nicely by the way, nga costumes zaabwe nnungi, but it doesn't matter how nice you dress. How can you keep the audience nga they are still on the wow oyambadde bulungi? So kyekiddako. Yes.
Okay. Then tugende mu vocals awo abantu awo baage
vocals. Kyensobola okugamba is for you ekintu olina okumanya is live performance is very different from studio. Kati mu studio nawe osobola okubamu okusobola hit, osobola kola back to back album nga hit ne Ibra agikuba Ibra kuba hit naye bwe bakukwasa microphone bwe bati you've got sound surrounded, you've got monitors wano, yeah, then sometimes maybe the band is too loud. Ogenda koloti, how will you balance your voice? How will you maintain your key? How will you keep listening to yourself and making sure you're on point? Bibera bingi ebya vocals ebyo. Yeah. So yeah.
Ogenda okulaba nga ani akitambuza ekya vocals.
Sikya kutambuza, kyenjagala izo omuntu ayimba oluyimba nga nsobola oddutegeera nti luno lwe luyimba. Si kuyimba oluyimba naye nensooka nentula naye you know that's I'm just saying, not in a bad way.
You just say.
Yeah. Nkolaba.
Ogenda okulaba nga kintu kitambula nga waliwo omwabuzeemu okutegeera ennyimba z'amangu.
I'm just saying, the only thing I'll say is one thing. Whenever you come on stage near your platforms type way, we're talking about Kololo, yeah, Kololo airstrip. We are talking about media presence. We are talking about promotion that is as big as that. When you come to stage, don't come to prove anything. Come on stage to be you. Okay. Don't come on stage to prove. Nedda. Every time you are yourself is when you'll get the results that you want. Okay. You don't got to prove yourself. Nedda. Kastobanga, if you're sure you've got the voice, you look good, makeup, everything is on point. Why do you need to push yourself so hard that to a point? Just ngamba bugambe.
No, you don't.
You just come on stage when you're going to be you. Don't come on stage to prove somebody wrong or to prove people wrong or to do what. Every time I would go for shows, I would always ask, like, who else is on the show? Ngamba Kamiri, Bobby Wine, what ngamba ndi never sajja never king. Bano never bayimirira bwe bati ngati bayina kye bakoze. Kati ngenda kola nti ngamba omanyi, I don't have the power these people have. Chengendo kola kambe, let me just be Jackie Chandiru.
Okay.
That's it.
You went through it.
Yeah.
Okay. Tutunulira wano nti Blue 3 mwali basatu.
Yes.
Ahadi mabega kawo nga bakubuza on iPhone and Nokia nogamba iPhone yo yabula kati wekwatira ka Nokia ko ne charger ba.
Nina ka Nokia wabulonzi jukiza nina ka Nokia kange mnaye kankuvulireko. Nasemba kachalinga kugundi ku COVID or before COVID. Kati charger nebula. So this whole time obedda ntambulira kwa your battery. Chokange eri ku 1 bar. Oso chikiriza.
Kagwako muliro.
Air supply.
Kati iPhone yalabaji.
iPhone ncharge noonya nakubira bali nabakwano bange mu CMI awo nembagamba ban tracking gire gundi simu. They're still tracking it.
What's your gula buguzinda?
Anenda sagala. Your iPhone in attachment.
Kwagaruka kakosigaza ka Nokia.
Kansigaza Nokia. Entambo zacho kati mwanfunye Mutya. Temwankubidde simu mbadde ne Nokia. Yeah.
Mwali basatu. But one of the three of you are normal alinga aina anga eri Cindy. Wetumulaba the acts byakola nesa gye yeyisaamu niwe aba ayogera kuba twamulabyeko ng'ayogera our reasons ze ate nga tuli era ne mu kugoba Cindy mu Blue 3 yayinamu omukono. What really happened ekyatuusa Lilian Mbabazi okubanga ayina that hatred ku Cindy?
So let me ask you, why do you interpret it as hatred? No, don't stammer. Ndagala ombulira amazima. Why do you interpret it as hatred?
Someone does. The word someone brings
Kati for you, we're no quarter bracket you. No gamba anti your hatred. Let me tell you one thing about Lilian Mbabazi. Lilian Mbabazi does not hate anyone. Hatred is for the devil. Okay. And Lilian is not the devil. She cannot hate anyone. That is number one. Ye bwabanga sazewo ye mu maaso ge. Nti for example, she bwatyo we alabye ebintu. That is her opinion. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Now in your opinion yo. Chovola ba umbuziza wachi wali your hatred ne kungaba hatred. Where have you picked that from? Yes.
So
No, I don't. I personally don't believe. I believe everybody's entitled to their own opinions when it comes to this is like this is like that.
Tulaba nti mwali musazeewo n'okudda okukolayo last ya gundi eyali erina okubeerawo.
Musazeewo ani yakugambye?
Ekifaananyi twakiraba ne tukubuuzaako n'okukubuuzaako n'ogamba yes mu preparation ne si natugamba tuli muli mu preparation.
Kigambo n'ekimu kyenna.
Twali ku plot eyiti.
Wuuliriza siira kigambo n'ekimu nagamba if it happens it is good. It's good to go. So continue, finish the question.
So what really happened okuba nti your project tetulaba we happening and it's taking long.
For you, your question is if it is supposed to happen. Obero yagala tulaba, we take a selfie, but we are now going to studio. Come on, tuli ba legendary. Tudemo ebyo ekito. But now we are going to studio. Now we are this. Come on.
Collab.
We don't do those things.
But is the program still on?
I've told you we are all alive. For now, it's only mukama jari. We all have life. So anything can open.
Labanga jimwateka ku hold.
Byolowooza anti chobola banade nkugamba, you always have your conclusions. Nenga you have your right also because you're journalists. That is your work to have your conclusions mutunyize tuogera amazima. But it is don't worry about anything as the fact that we are still alive. The one thing you need to understand is even if it was to happen, fena tuine ebintu byetukola. Since the time you find me kati you found me here, never day mvawa wasn't I from something to do? It's not that you're going to find all of us free at the same time. So
tewaliiwo ku bato otugambe wali ogenze kukola ngero omukyala ng'ogenze kagoba. Let's assume Cindy yakubira kasimu naga Jackie, I would love to ojje attending concert yange. Wandiyagadde okujja singa yakubira kasimu okusobola okubaawo ku concert.
Yeah, definitely. If Cindy ever picked her phone and angamba, Jay, can you come through? There's no way I can refuse. Nandivudde on a journey because I was a bit far. Nandivudde, what if it needs me to take a bike? If I've given you my word, I would be there. Because if she did that, then it was necessary for me to be there. But if she didn't do that, either way, I personally believe she didn't even need any of us there. Yes.
So ekyokuba nti Bruce mwali basatu. Tewali mbeera eriwo mu bukyamu gamba nti bamwanyigira Cindy in any other or the other.
Ebyo twabimala. It was a combination of misinterpretation on ayogera kino on ayogera kiri. So if any of us keeps talking about even what that happened, then nze njamuleka ayogere kyayogera. Bwabanga ye akyayagala kwogera eyo story njamuleka akyogere. Naye twatuula, we found out where the problem came from. You know what, we are grown as women. Sorry, I speak French. We don't need to continue with this.
Grown as women is French.
Yeah, we are grown as women. Yes. My polynym is Queen of the Nile. Yes.
Okay. Your status and your religion?
My religion, I'm Protestant. My status, HIV negative, proudly. And which kind of status are you talking about?
You haven't married. You married?
No. I'm divorced actually. Yes.
Okay. Let's start off from the schools you went to. Which schools are from nursery did you go to till you finished?
I went to Lugogo Nursery School. Right now it's next to Katikati. And then I went to Nakasero Primary School. Then I went to Nabisunsa Girls School.
Besunsas?
Yes, I'm a Sunsas girl. And then Vienna College International for my HSC, then Makerere College. Yes.
Then certificate, degree, what did you?
I did industrial fine art. However, I am meant to go back to school probably in the next 3 months. Yes, with the course which I have to undertake for a business project.
Okay. How was Jackie's life when growing up?
It was hard. Mama wange yali ankuba nnyo emiggo. Well, I can't blame her because I must have been a stubborn person. Nayenga, it was not an easy life. It started first in comfort, of course, no different challenges in my family, but I still pulled through.
How was Jackie's life as like with friends around the village? How did you be like with your friends?
Nalimba kuba. Because as long as you waste time with me, I beat you. What's your problem? Wonteka nyankukuba. Onansonyiwa. Nalimba kuba. But if you're nice to me, I never really had much of girlfriends, should I say. I was more comfortable with guys because I always believed the male people are real people. Yeah.
Okay. Then how did you discover your talent, like you have to sing?
I didn't. I just, there's a cousin of mine that always kept telling me, Jackie, you can sing, you can sing. I'm like, no, Mariah Carey, I can't reach Mariah Carey's notes. I would try. She's like, no, let's just try this one time. Let me try once. Because at that time I was staying with my sister and she was really strict. Like, then Atenga, she times you because they were very protective of me. So this one time I'm like, let me try this. I'm passing by each stage. Paka.
Which year are we talking about?
I was like 2003. Yes.
Okay. Your life growing up, did you only grow up in Koziwe Rugubal, back in the village, and you coming to Kampala? How did you end up in Kampala?
I did not grow up from the village. I was born on Wampeo Avenue. Right here, there's a dental clinic right now at my former house. Wampeo Avenue, Kololo. That's where I grew up from. Then I went to Ntinda, Chigowa. Yes. So I rarely went home because my mother always knew that I was a difficult person. I had food I don't eat. I have things I don't do. So my mother did her best. But we went around 1993, my primary 3, I went to the village, Chandiru. It was about 3 weeks, but I left when I disorganized everything. Yeah.
So you were a troublesome kid when growing up?
No, I'm just the one person. Wherever it is that I go, I want to leave a statement. Even when I'm on stage, up till now, you know my stage performances. I want to leave a statement. So I think I've just always been like that. Jackie.
Okay, you entering the music industry. Which year was that, and where did you start from?
2004, it was the Coca-Cola Pop Stars, the competition that we went through. Named Pitamu, I was one of the winners. There were 3 winners required from Uganda, so I was one of them.
Okay. So your musical career started from that Coke?
Yes. Coke started from Coca-Cola Pop Stars. Then we got into Blue 3, and then we went solo as the 3 of us. Yeah.
Okay, after the Coca-Cola, you joined Blue 3. How did you guys team up with Blue 3? Who was your manager by then? And how did you guys take yourself, and how did the public perceive you?
There were 3 winners who were chosen by Coca-Cola Pop Stars and the judges. So there were 3 separate, then they put us into a group. We were managed first by Steve Jean. Yes.
That's you?
Me, Lillian Babazi, and Cinderella Sanyu.
Okay,
Yes.
you moved on. Which song did you guys bring you on scene for you to be visible, for everyone to understand that that's Jackie?
Frisky. Yes. It was Frisky, one of the most annoying songs, but it happened to be the one song that brought us out there. Yes.
What do you remember about that song you guys were now?
I was extremely worried about that song, one, vocally, because, I'm singing with Lillian, I'm singing with Cindy, and I had them in the competition. I had their voices, so I was so worried about that. I'm like, my voice is not as strong as these people's voice, as their voices, so how am I going to execute this? And then on top of that, I always felt that the 2 of them had this presence, physically, that was not the kind of presence that I had. So I was worried, am I going to perform to be able to get this done, to pull this through? Yeah.
Okay. Then you went through Steve Jean. Then thereafter there's take us a little bit, you guys leaving Steve Jean, joining another manager, then going solo.
Yeah, we got issues. That is something that which I'll choose not to speak about, because it's something that we sorted out a long time ago. So we did go our separate ways. We first switched management, and then of course and then as you grow older, you realize maybe the kind of music you want is not the kind of music this other person wants. So it was something like that. So we just went separate.
How is it? Because you used to being managed in a group, you have who by that time you guys would call yourselves sisters. Now going solo, how did it go?
It was not easy. It wasn't easy because a lot of the times I was used, like I told you, in the start, I was worried. Their voices are stronger. There were certain times when they would give me songs and the songs need parts that need like strong voices. I'm like, no, Lillian would have done this. Cindy would have done this. But now I have to do this. So it was hard. For me, it was hard. I don't know about the rest, but for me, it was hard.
Okay. Which song brought you out, like when you went solo?
It was Gold Digger, actually.
Gold
yes.
Digger. A little bit history of Gold Digger, because it's where you guys were, people on the bus, tires, everywhere. Tell us through a little bit of that song, that Gold Digger.
Gold Digger is a song that I didn't like. I've never ever liked Gold Digger, like right from the start. But you know, the fact that is that I trusted Washington. I trusted him so much, and even after I recorded the song, he kept asking me for the video. I kept dodging him. I would not pick his calls after because I didn't like the song. And he's like, what's wrong with you? The one time I bumped into him, this time it was the Let Radio who called me. I had nowhere to run. He's like, give me a video. If not, I'm not giving you the master. I said, okay, fine. So I just did the video. And then it just happened to be that one song that still follows me up to today. Yes.
Okay. Oh, your life as a solo artist, did you get any challenges? Did you any disturbances like in your career?
Of course, there's no career that has no disturbances. I believe yours as well has disturbances. So I've got so many disturbances, but I believe challenges are part of life. The only way you can be able to grow in life is when you have challenges, when you go through them and when you overcome them. That's how you've gone ahead in life.
When you went solo, like for a certain period, didn't you miss your friends, the two of them?
Yeah. I did. I definitely did. There were certain times you'd go and performing in front of crowds and then they're just shouting at you. They're just insulting you. They insult you for like the first half song. That's about like a minute and a half. And bali mukuvuma and you're like, stage. But you always remember what Steve told you. Steve told you no matter what happens, stay up there. No guma. Then later on they pick up. So of course those are the times I would miss them. I'm like, Lillian would have done this. Cindy would have done this. You know, somebody would have done something. Later
on, Maya joined you guys as Birth3. How was Maya? But we see in this case you guys worked a little time with her. Then you guys still went solo. How was you doing the music? Did you want to be something else, or what did your parents want you to be?
My parents wanted me to be somebody extremely useful in life, not a musician. At that time, okay, it's just 1 year ago. It's like at that time, you tell your parents you're gonna be a doctor, engineer, what. Kati, imagine go from your frisky, I gotta know what you got. What do you think my mom called every bishop in Kampala and she's like, so my parents didn't want me to do music. For me, getting into the music industry, when it finally happened, I was like, I want to be the one person that's going to change in my own way, not the way everybody else does it, in my own way, in my own time. Yes.
Then what did you want to be?
Oh, I wanted many things. I wanted first to be a pilot, but mathematics was not good at all. Yeah, today I get F9, tomorrow I get like credit 6, then the other day I get distinction, cutting a city sure. Then I wanted to be a doctor, but I took my physics, chemistry, biology for granted, senior 4, nenchivako. When I get mu arts, I can see mu art. Nakola BFA, industrial fine art. Mulimu fashion, mulimu logos, graphics design, ebiri mu arts industry ebyo. Ate kati uli laba wengwa mu music.
So you the old times of you guys Birth3 and the new times of music industry. How can you relate it?
We cannot relate. The new times is different from the old times. The old times it was all about talent. It was all about if Juliana released a song, we did not look at Juliana releasing a song or Irene releasing a song or Catherine Kosasira and we would always sit and listen. Okay, we didn't know eno note nga ya jambo sizanyo nsobola gitukako nsobola gisaako. That's what we were thinking about at that time. The things that people think about right now in music is not the things that we thought about at that time. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're
Any remarks?
Well, I would love to thank everybody that is patient, has been patient with Jackie Chandiru. Thank you very much for those who have supporting Lilian Mbabazi, the king herself, plus the Queen Adonai. Mukambo in a bad way, but I'm very strict depending on what I learned from South Africa, what I learned from Steve Jin. So most people cannot handle the way it is that when somebody wants something done like this, they can't. So that is number one. So sigara kuingira management. What I'm doing is just getting these artists. When I get somebody who can give me an offer, yeah, ntikati kankwezi no ono mumpe. That's what I'm doing. Yes.
Kati no yali kusaidia aliwa.
Kusaidia achi.
No, aliwa na imidia yomukube walonze yoboli.
Yes, he's one of them. He's just started recording, so I'm badengezako just to train him mpola.
Ebintu bino bistressinga abaana omuleta na gatona mufunamu nayitamu.
Bwatyo bakola naye kasita kikola nze nsalayo busazi. Because nze alina the main ties. I'm not signs the final. Yes.
Totidem.
nga ntyachi
abantu bagenda ne mu rehab ngo omuyimbi amulumiza omutwe
wali osanze ko mulugwala nga atya nga she's scared ate no mvangako
boss.
Yes sir.
Amanya
bampise Hard Rock Live.
Hard Rock Live.
Yeah.
Ya tabu, it's Hard Rock ate live.
Olwazi olugumu ddala ate nga lulamu sirufu. Yeah.
Olina omukyala abamu bebawa respect mu industry. They had a group nekola bulungi ne bagoyinga solo ne bagenda bulungi avuddeyo kuyambako. What's your contribution here? Otukusuubiramu ki? Tetukulabe ng'omulumiza omutwe ng'atuuse yeetamiddwa music.
Kyensobola okusuubiza like abawagizi n'abannayuganda bonna. First of all, nina omukazi alina talent already gwe mumanyi. So nange kinkakatako kulesonga nfubutuse eri mu ghetto wansi. So nfubutuse eri mu ghetto mu Katanga Kawempe. So si kintu kyangu kubeera ng'omukyala ngono kulesonga abayimbi bangi abavuddeyo nga kituufu mbo nga bamaanyi keberi basajja naye nga tebasobola kuvaayo ne bagamba owaayi kituufu tuli mu kudda wansi tukimekinze naye tusobola kulaba abaana abato bo befaako nga bo naye kati omukyala ngono wabanga avuddeyo n'agamba tino kuva mu ghetto wansi gwe Hard Rock Live sobola kukikuba. So nange era ndina obutamuletinga down kumakinga sure tino nange mbeera mpaji eri kwaba abaana ba ghetto basobola kulabirako ne bagamba Hard Rock kuva lwakikoze nga avudde mu ghetto naffe tusobola okola ki tusobola okikola. So the whole respect sobola ogimuwa Jack Chandiru kulesonga abantu bangi nze benda byabayimbi bamaanyi batuuse ne bavaawo naye nga tebalina muntu tebalina mukono omuntu gwe bawadde naye kati nga ye wavudde n'agamba Hard Rock nze essuubi lyonna era nange era ntunuulira ye era mpromisinga tino sobola kubeera nga mratinga down n'abannayuganda bonna musical sofa nakareleasinga omulya mmere ebbuba ku YouTube kwebiri era sisobola kumulatinga down.
Ani yafasaani ku mwembi?
No, ekintu kiri nti ebiseera ebisinga bw'olaba omuntu amanyi nali eyo nga ndi ku studio nga ndi ng'omanyi abaana ba ghetto etuhasolinga naye abantu bangi nnyo bazze nga bandaba naye nga bambuusa amaaso naye we yajja n'awuliramu waka wange n'agamba for sure sobola okimekinga kulesonga bangi nnyo bamalangamu amaanyi tebasobola okigira naye kati sofa naawe ndi nawe ebbuba n'omulya mmere kati ate omulya mmere lukoze ebbuba luwo lutambudde. So respect yandaba wadde nze kennyini nze yamwefasa ngamba walayi njagalayo omukono neetaagayo omukono naye teyambuusa amaaso nga olaba abala abakuba enkokola yagamba no leka amuwa amatu era nampa amatu na.
Are you the one putting a pen on the songs oba otekamu finance?
Nze nkola kyensobola. For example bwe mbanga ngambye kanoonyesa media coverage abantu bensokako is you people because I know you personally. So nange nkozesa katono kenina because sagala nakulimba bwoba osazewo nti ogenda kuteeka ssente zonna ezizo muyimbi ayinza okutuuka eri nakulaga Kampala kati no wetaaga okumanya na mukyala we akuba kye bayita laga akuba laga mukazi we
ayina omukyala we akubalaga
nindako akubalaga naye kati natuuka point neŋŋamba between the two ono omukyala ajja kumpa headache when bwe mbanga mutaddeyo ajja kumpa ki kansokeyo ono bajja kwesootinga leeta naye nga okitegeera. So it's all about akatono kensobola sigenda kugamba nti nze alina ssente zisembayo ku nsi kuno nedda kuba ne Sudira akyanoonya ssente ne Bill Gates akyakola akyanoonya ssente kati nkozesa there's what we call social wealth kati nkumanyi Ibrahim manyi kyenkozesa akatono
olina ebintu by'oddukanya apart from okubeera ku stage n'okubeera mu studio nga gwe personally tuli olinayo projects olina ebintu by'otandisa okukwasaganya mpola?
Yes, I definitely do have. I'm trying to pick a few musicians, maybe about 4 or 5. I'm still trying to think about the females. Kubanga women they're not simple people.
Walozako.
And just Nange, I'm also a female. Kati sibyangu, I know how we can be at one point. I take some subject.
Kuba dancehall, Afro dancehall. Yeah, manyi kati ngafu abantu nga we kugambe tino omukyala gwe nina mumanyi. So far omuntu yena bwebanga oluyimba wempandise mugejenda bensi kati nga oluyimba lwempita omulya mmere kiri nti kiri ku personal life towesiganga mu lyammere kebeere mmwe ku mirimu era mubimanyi mubiraba baliwo abantu banno benyini boolooza tino muno n'akukuba enkokola katawa kakayimba tino simbiweza wera twafuna obutakanya nyabula amajimbi we gawera amafumu ne basongola nyabula nawanika sesembya okitegeera so oluyimba olwo kiri nti waliwo abantu saako obulabe nenjira nendyoka nkakuba tino teweesiga mu lyammere okitegeera so omulyammere ekintu kiri nti abantu bonna kebere ku mulimu kebere ku booluganda keberewa basobola kwefuulira
kasuubire tofuuke mu lyammere
sobola kubeera mu lyammere kulesonga era nze aboogerako
ndokukubira wano ng'ofuuse mu lyammere
era ekyo nkimanyi respect yonna nze neewunyanya abaana b'osobola kuvaayo nga n'owo mukono kebeere nga ggwe it's not easy kuvaayo n'ogamba owaayi naye leka ono omulenzi kituufu wadde ndi kuwa jack interview naye ngeleka nkole ki kamuggyeko interview si kyangu naye kitegeeza tino otaddeko gwe omukono etafaali kati wentuuka eri nentandika kubeera nga nvuluga bannamawulire oba nvuluga bantu bonna like ba journalism oba bano abantu abampadde omukono kintu kibi nnyo olaba ffe banageto kituufu tulina gano gundi ge bayita ekibuli naye nze mugeto nze mpromisinga
bijjukira luvannyuma ebyo nga wayise muswi
nedda si bwekiri era nze mpromisinga kugamba tino ekintu ekyo sijja kubaleetinga down nja kutambula namwe wemukoma kuŋŋamba tino hard rock jangu wano jangu okole kino nze ndayirira nja kubeera nammwe